Hi, everybody. Welcome back to A Journey to Christmasland with Amelia Hamilton and Kara Davis. I am your trusty tour guide for today's journey, Kara Davis, and I am here with my beautiful co-host and Christmasland expert, Amelia Hamilton. Amelia, welcome to the show. Merry Christmas. How are
Hi.
you feeling today?
So excited to do another episode. This was a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, we've got a good one. We've had a couple. So we've got our first two under our belt. This is Ep.3.
Mhm.
We are really excited to get launched. I want to remind everybody, please go subscribe to all of the things. Hit that subscribe button now. Be sure to like the videos, share them. Go over to our Substack at Journey to Christmasland. You can just search that on Substack. Definitely hit that subscribe button because we're going to be doing some bonus content. And we're looking forward to doing some unboxing videos. We're going to be doing some unboxing and we're looking forward to doing all kinds of stuff because we're having a blast. But today, Amelia, our travels take us to um, not a big fancy hotel, but
Mm-mm.
we're going to be staying today in a more comfy, cozy atmosphere in a small town. Set up our movie for us today, Amelia.
We will be headed to a
Oh, wait, I'm
B&B.
sorry.
Mm.
I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you before Kira's just spent the first 5 minutes talking. I need to talk more. Um, I need to read our statement before you start. I forgot this last time. And I want to make sure that we always start with this. My apologies, Amelia. We here at this is our statement to our movie makers today. We here at Journey to Christmasland are completely sincere about our love and joy for the universe of cheesy TV Christmas movies. We may poke fun at productions or scripts or silly storylines, but it is all in good fun and done with deep respect for the men and women who make this glorious entertainment. So, to everyone who worked on the film we are reviewing today, please know we are so grateful. We are fans. We don't want you to change anything or do anything differently, ever. You are perfect the way you are, and we hope you enjoy our commentary as much as we enjoyed your project. Thank you and congratulations on making a movie. Now, grab your hat, your mittens, your hot toddies, all
Heading
aboard
to
the
Vermont,
train to Christmasland.
and it is Vermonty. All right. So, along with what you said about not wanting to change anything, when Great American started, and this movie is on Great American from 2022, which is right about, it's an early one for them.
You're right.
Um, And when we first started, their tagline, well, it still is, but is welcome home. And that is exactly how we felt when we started watching them. We did that. I think Christmas at the Drive-In was our very first Great American Family one. We were like, thank goodness we are home. And
Yes.
that's kind of how I felt watching this one too.
It was
Um,
homey. It was homey. I gotta say, it moved a little slow for my taste, but we'll get into that.
I liked it. But it was, so this, like I said, 2022, B&B Mary. Great American Family with Jen Lilly and Jesse Hutch, which, first of all, I have watched this movie before, and I feel like he was hotter on the rewatch, and I don't understand why, because it's the same
Mhm.
movie. It's a mystery.
I think you're the factor is you. The change factor is you. Something
No,
about how Amelia perceives men
no,
has
I think he's
changed.
hotter. I don't know how it happened, but good job, Jesse.
I mean, yeah, if you get hotter on the rewatches, you're really winning. Congratulations.
Okay, so to set it up, we've got travel. Well, they call her a blogger. She's also a vlogger, though. She's got her little travel videos. Tracy Wise, and she's got this boyfriend Mark, who is a very busy businessman, and they're
Very busy.
trying to align their schedules. And she's a travel vlogger. He travels for work. We get the impression they don't see each
He
other very much.
he travels for work. I think at some point someone says mergers and acquisitions. So this is just
Hmm.
all we need to know. In Christmas land, jobs can't be too specific. It
No,
doesn't matter. We just
he's an
know that he's a
M&A.
very
That's it.
busy businessman, too busy for love, and he also is a spreadsheet guy. He
He's a
likes
spreadsheet guy,
spreadsheets.
which,
Yeah.
I mean, if you listen to our pre-video podcast, there is an episode about all the spreadsheets I made, but I'm way
Yes.
better than Mark, in case anyone's curious.
No, you're way better.
On the
You're
other
way
hand,
better than Mark. And I also want to say something about her job as well,
okay,
because jobs in Christmas land are that this is a topic for us a lot. We're always fascinated by the jobs they give people, and a good job can help the script along.
yeah,
And I think a travel vlogger or blogger is a good job. I just feel like the people who maybe not necessarily the people who write the scripts, but the people who finally approve the scripts in Christmasland never really know what internet people do. You know, they don't know what we do for our jobs. They don't even
What would
really
you
know what
say
to
you
call us.
do here?
Yeah, like bloggers, vloggers. So they're always so vague about, and apparently she's competing with like national
Magazine.
channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So the anti-Mark is Graham, Jesse Hutch, who got hotter on the rewatch.
Hotter Jesse Hut.
And Jesse, because I know you're obviously watching this.
Hotter Hutch. Yeah.
I'm not saying you weren't hot the first time. I was just surprised.
No, the hotter has increased. It's
Right.
multiplied. You've multiplied the hotter.
Right. We're not
Congratulations,
saying that
sir.
you were starting at 0 or something. I'm just saying
No, no, no.
it went from good to better. I don't
Yeah.
know how. But anyway, so Graham runs a B&B, and you guys, it is Christmas time and the vacancy sign is up. So
There's nobody there at the
in
B&B
Vermont.
in
And
Vermont.
and as I say this out loud, this gives me like shades of White Christmas when they're in Vermont and there's nobody at the inn.
That's
I
right.
don't know why I
That's
never
right.
thought of that. Anyway, so his idea is to get Tracy to come review the B&B, get some buzz going, get people excited online. So he talks to his mom and his Aunt Barb, tells them about Tracy, shows them a video,
Okay.
and
Mom and Aunt Barb. So I watched this movie with my husband, Mark.
Mhm.
Different kind of Mark than busy businessman Mark.
Right. He is a busy businessman, though.
He's a busy
Poor Mark.
businessman, but he's not really into spreadsheets. But I have to say that the mom and the sister Barb and I can't remember
I just have her as
what is
mom the whole time.
mom and
I don't even know
Barb.
her name.
Honest to goodness, for about the first 5 seconds, I was like, "This looks like a lesbian couple." Like, they both had their haircuts, and I thought, "Oh, is this this is like the Hallmark." I forgot we were watching Great American, so you're
Yeah.
not then I remembered, "Oh, we're watching Great American. We're
They're
not going to
sisters.
get the lesbian." But my husband did have, both actors is very attractive at middle-aged women, by the way. Great job. But my husband did have a comment about mom's haircut because it was a bit of a Karen haircut. We don't
Yeah.
like get too negative here on the show, but he did say this
Uh-oh.
that she looked like she was one of those performers that had like 2 different faces. Like, you turn your head
The 2
and you're a
sisters
different.
did?
No, the mom with her
Oh, I
haircut.
thought you meant they were one human who just
No, the mom with the haircut because she had that Karen hair.
yeah. She had,
And
like,
he
a
was like,
Victor
"She looks
Victoria
like
going on.
if she turned her face, she'd be one of those performers that has like a different personality." But needless to say, it's not a lesbian couple, everybody. Here's the other reason why I thought it might be, Amelia,
Mhm.
because in the opening credits, one of the production companies that comes up in the opening credits is All Canadian.
I
That's
noticed
the
that
name of
too.
it. All Canadian. This is why I have my red and white flowers on
Mhm,
today. This
mhm.
is for Canada. So my husband and I were like, "Oh, this is great. All Canadian all the time."
I mean, they're all Canadian, aren't they? Even Great
I know.
American.
So I thought maybe, it's a Canadian production. They do things a little differently up there. But anyway, no, it's Great American Family. And these are
Oh my goodness.
sisters. They are not partners.
Yes. Mom and Aunt Barb. Everyone, get on board.
I like Aunt
Um,
Barb.
so we find out this is the first Christmas since the big hotel opened in town, and this is why they don't have any guests.
Oh,
So the
I see.
mom has been watching some of Tracy's vlogs, posts, and she's like, Mark doesn't seem super engaged. Like, she's doing a gingerbread house kind of by herself while Mark is on his phone. So she's like, I am going to invite them on a romantic getaway. And then, they can reconnect and she can post while she's here. But like, that'll be the angle to get her here. And she needs it too. And I'm thinking to myself, like, they're getting everything ready. Are these two sharing a room?
Who? Oh, you're right.
Tracy and Mark. I
Exactly.
think they were going to share a room.
I have all these questions. It comes up a couple times in this movie
Yeah.
where I'm like, okay, I want to know what these travel arrangements are. Because if you're making travel arrangements with your boyfriend, right, is it one hotel room or 2?
Right. Because, I
But
mean, at one point you see Graham getting the room ready for the 2 of them. And it's one room with one bed, you guys.
Ugh,
I'm just
gosh.
saying.
You know
am
what?
just
But
But
this
they
is
never
how we know it's not the right relationship.
Right. Right.
Sharing a room
He didn't
on
respect her
vacation.
enough.
Oh my God.
So,
They're probably gonna kiss in that room too.
watch it. So Tracy is back. She got the message from mom, who we're just going to call her mom,
Mhm.
and her black best friend comes over, Annie, and they decorate the tree. So I'm like, we are checking things off.
Boom, boom. And Amelia, actually, we haven't even brought up the black best friend trope in quite a while. We haven't seen a black best friend in a minute. I was really happy to
No,
see her pop up. I was really
I
happy.
was excited that Annie had her own life. She's married. She has a baby.
I
She has
didn't understand the
interests.
baby. I didn't understand why we had the baby in there. My husband and I were dying. Like, this baby better do something. This baby
No,
better
it's
be a
just like a
part of the
stroller
plot.
that you never see the inside of the whole time.
I had a darker, like, if we ever do Journey to Christmasland after dark, then I
Mhm.
was like, oh, maybe the twist is that it's not a baby, like it's a demon or something in there.
Oh, it's Rosemary's baby,
That's for
not
after
Annie's
dark.
baby. Okay. Um.
That's for the New Year's, Journey to New
Anyway,
Year's. But anyway,
I,
black
I need
best
I need a
friend,
moment.
Christmas tree.
So she's talking about how she just got invited on this romantic getaway with Mark, and Annie is not into Mark. She's like, listen, the two of you never have time together. You've been together a year. You've seen each other for like 3 months of it. He's just
I
not the
love
one for you. He's a
I
decent guy, but no.
I love this exposition, Amelia.
Mhm.
We love a good exposition in these
We do.
movies because you really you got to get to it quick. You don't have time for character development here. They tell you what, and she makes sure that we know. And I thought it was an interesting choice. Okay, they've been together for a year, so it sets up like it's serious, but we've only seen each other 3 months out of that year. So then it also sets up that it's breakable.
Right. Yeah. So now Tracy is getting all kinds of messages. First, she got the one from the B&B. What's it called? Silver Falls B&B, I think.
Silver
Anyway,
Peaks.
Silver
Silver
Peaks.
Peaks.
And then she gets a message from Sam from Lux Voyage magazine. And he is calling to offer her an assignment as like a tryout to become a staff writer. And this is a huge deal. I mean, this is basically like Condé Nast travel. I mean, this is the big leagues. But so he sends her a list of the
By
hotels
the
that
way, Amelia, we know it's the big leagues because he's British.
he is. He is. Yeah.
Mm.
And not like Paisley Winterbottom,
No, no, no.
but serious British.
The serious British, he's traveling, he's calling her from, I'm going on safari.
Yeah.
He keeps calling her from locations.
Yeah.
So this guy's serious. He's got an accent.
Yes. And so he's going to give her a tryout. He sends her a list of properties that she can choose from to review as her tryout. And one of them is in Silver Peaks, but it's the big evil corporate hotel.
And she's already been invited to the cute, cozy B&B.
So she says to herself, I'm going to do them both. I'm going to go review this hotel, and then Mark and I can go stay in the B&B, have some platonic but romantic time together
Mhm,
in
mhm.
probably separate bedrooms, or maybe he's going to sleep on the floor. I don't know, but they're not in the same bed. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I can tell you that.
So she heads to Silver Peak, um, goes into the diner, where, of course, the diner woman is adorable. Her husband comes in. They're the cutest couple. And she spills her gingerbread milkshake on Graham, and we've got ourselves a meet cute.
Oh my gosh. Like, oh, how embarrassing. Well, what I
Mhm.
love, she walks into this diner. So she walks into the diner asking for coffee, right? Because by the way, she's from Manhattan.
Mhm, mhm.
All right. She's from Manhattan. So she's also a busy businesswoman, but she's also big league. She's a city girl. So she walks into this small town diner and orders a coffee because it's early. She
Yeah,
needs, a
she's
pick me
coffee.
up. Yeah, but instead she gets a gingerbread milkshake, which
She
I
gets
was like,
stuck into
"Oh,
it really easily.
like, okay, good. Set up your stomach. You got travel tummy, set up your stomach
Yeah.
for a great
And she
day."
drinks none of it.
Right, which
um,
is also very offensive to me in Christmasland when people order their delicious Christmas beverages and they
yeah,
don't drink them.
I know.
Yeah.
So Graham is like, "Oh my gosh, you're here early," and she kind of tries to tell him, "I'm actually not coming to the B&B yet. I have an assignment first," but again, doesn't try super hard. It's a misunderstanding that could have been cleared up with a simple conversation, but she doesn't
There's
do
a
it.
few of these in
There are
this
several of these.
episode, yes.
So she does not clear it up. And he's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna grab your suitcase. Let's go back to the B&B." And she's just sort of like, "Okay."
I wanna say I think this was one of my problems with the movie. It felt like the stakes did not match the plot. Like, they had the I didn't know that the stakes of her maybe reviewing this other place, but supposed to be going to the Airbnb.
It's not an
It
Airbnb. That's just what your husband told
I
you.
mean I mean the My husband keeps calling
She
it
told
just
me that before we started
Airbnb
recording.
Mary.
Her husband kept calling it an Airbnb.
Airbnb Mary. My husband doesn't get any movie names right ever. So and now I call it Airbnb Mary, but I just didn't know that the stakes were that high. I mean, what is the big deal? Yes, you're reviewing both. And it just seemed like we were supposed to be nervous for her for that. And I just didn't think, but maybe I'm just old now. And
You're super old. I felt
okay.
nervous for her.
Okay.
I felt uncomfortable.
Okay. All right. All right. Fair enough. I'm just a little disconnected then. But fair enough. But so he takes her suitcase, which again, we've talked about props and weighting down props.
Mhm.
Can wardrobe just put some books in there? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Put some books in there,
Or
just
just
make it
pretend
look.
it's heavy. That works too.
I mean, sure, that works too, but as a former actor myself, I do appreciate it when production
Okay.
gives the actors help to realize this stuff, and it just seems like you could put your boots in there. You don't even have to go
Yeah.
look for stuff. But he just flung it around, but,
Yeah.
again, he's strong and also exponentially more handsome in this movie, so it
Right. That's the
works.
thing. So as she gets to the B&B, Mark calls her. Oh my goodness, they actually get to talk. And or no, she calls him, excuse me. And she's trying to get him to come a little bit early because now the schedule's off because she's at the B&B, not at the hotel. And he's like, "Instead, I'm breaking up with you."
Yeah. I felt like, that scene was excruciating because I felt like she was what's our protagonist's name again? I can't remember I forgot already.
Tracy.
Oh, Tracy. She was like she kept trying to massage the situation. She's like, "Well," he was like, he was making sense. We have
He was
different
making sense.
schedules. We can't really get together. What's gonna happen after this romantic holiday in which we are definitely sleeping in separate beds? So then
Yeah.
what will happen
You
after
don't
we
care
get
about my
home?
spreadsheets. What,
Right,
it's never going
and
to work.
she kept going like, "Yeah, oh, well, we'll make time for that," or, "Oh, people were," and I'm like, "No, girl, he's breaking up with you over the phone. Don't try to convince him to stay. Just let
Yeah.
him go."
For real. Come on, Tracy. But she's standing, I think part of it was she felt super awkward. She was standing on the front porch of the B&B where they invited her to a romantic getaway. And she's like, I think part of her was like, can we just get through this getaway and then break up?
Maybe, I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess you're right. And see, in my mind, I think this is a sign I've been married too long also. Like, I haven't been without people for 26 years. So in my mind, I'm thinking, "Oh, well, you just go and enjoy a nice weekend alone at the P&G. Like, don't sweat it. Sounds like you're gonna have a great time," but
Yeah.
I think maybe I'm a little bitter.
Terrible. So inside, the aunt and the mom, sorry, so she goes back inside. She meets what's her name? Aunt Barb and
Yeah.
mom. And they start telling her about how great this town is. And they used to have this really cute tradition of a Christmas dance on the 23rd, and people were constantly falling in love there. But they don't have it anymore. And this is definitely not going to come up again.
Oh, I mean, yeah, again, I heard the 23rd and a Christmas dance, and I thought to myself, "Gosh, wouldn't it be great if someone in this town decided to resurrect that
Hmm.
dance?" But I don't know, it's too close to Christmas. It's too
Yeah.
close to Christmas.
Meanwhile, Tracy does not bother telling anybody that she and Mark broke up. She's just keeping that to her little self.
Okay, well, I would be like, "Yeah, guess what? My dumb boyfriend broke up with me, and
Yeah.
maybe I can get some comps out of this too."
The whole thing is a comp. But and again, she sort of kind of tries to tell them and then gets like interrupted and just sort of decides whatever.
Yeah.
We'll just go
I
with it.
don't like that. I don't like that device. I feel like there was a few times where they were like, "Okay, I get it. In Christmasland, a lot of the plot is moved forward by people just not saying things fine." But I just wish you would be more creative about it. Put a dog
Yeah.
in, a dog go and interrupts it, or a snowball comes through the window. Like, just make it more
Yeah.
creative that I believe this interruption.
But Mark is out, but Graham is here. And
And grandma's
they
hot.
and Graham is hotter than when they filmed it, which is interesting. So Graham and Tracy, well, first of all, they all decorate cookies together. So check that off the list. Perfection. Then Graham takes her to the Christmas fair where she buys a onesie for the invisible baby.
For the demon
And
baby.
then Let's talk about dark backstories. He tells her that the dance ended a few years ago because the hall burned down and the funding had all been allocated to the Parkview Hotel, and also his dad just died.
Like this. It's not just one thing, it's all of the things. I can't I was really shocked to hear that it burned down. I thought that was really
I know.
hard for
I
Christmas.
know.
Couldn't it just be that the economy got worse and it just wasn't a
Burned down. They
viable?
couldn't rebuild.
No, they
And then, like, the
absolutely.
next 2 years later, his dad died. It's been 3 years now, but it was like, uh, the hits just
But
kept
you
on
have
coming there
to
for a minute.
really hate the Parkview Hotel, that's why, that's what it is,
Yeah.
because this is a tragedy that has happened, and on top of it, the Parkview Hotel came in and exploited the tragedy
Mhm. Mhm,
while
mhm.
people were in mourning for this great man. So, yeah, I mean, the purpose of it, I guess, is to we really hate the Parkview. We hate
Really hate the Parkview. Really
Yep.
hate the Parkview.
They probably set the fire.
They probably did. They probably did. That's a really good point. I didn't even think about that.
That's for Hallmark Movies and Mysteries Channel.
Exactly. Perfect. Um, I put a little note here that I wanted to mention quickly too, that I meant to mention at the beginning, but it'll work here too. Uh, Great American Family commercials are so good. We had, or the bumpers, because we had Christmas hymns with the lyrics on the screen
Yes,
about the birth of Jesus. We had Bible verses
yeah,
about the birth of Jesus. It just made me really happy. I just wanted to
yes.
mention that real quick.
It was, and you wanna know, just another light observation that is maybe meaningless, but it made me think, is that as we cut to commercial, usually that's when I'm about to, like, go off on what I've just seen,
Yeah.
make fun of something or say something smart and smarmy, but then the Bible verse comes
The
on.
Holy Spirit is holding it
The
in.
Holy said, I'm like, "Oh, I can't be smart and smarmy. We're reading about Jesus here." But in that respect, I think it that says something different about the tone that you set though,
Mhm.
right? You set a tone and it even changed my my tone. It changed my response just by having that. So I don't know. It makes it I guess here's the lesson we take from this people that it pays to it pays to carry your faith with you. It pays to carry
Mhm.
Jesus with you and to show that even if it feels like an uncomfortable situation because even just the notion of having a representation of Jesus around is enough to make people behave sometimes.
There you go. So I just wanted to mention that I
Yeah.
I did not fast forward through all the commercials. I stuck around for those and then fast forwarded through the other stuff.
Well, good
But
for
I
you.
like
Thank
those.
you. I do too. We like that. Great American. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Welcome home.
Welcome home. So, okay. Next day, Graham is telling the ladies that he and Tracy have hit it off, but she has a boyfriend and he is not going to be that guy. And then his mom is like, right, but we need to know what happened with. And he's like, no, we're not talking about it. So there we go. Now we've got a breakup on top of the burned down hall and his dead father.
I didn't know why we had to keep piling stuff on this
Poor
guy. Honest to
Graham.
goodness, he doesn't even need it. He's hot enough to just be like, we like this guy. Like he doesn't need it, but the fire was enough. The father was enough.
Hmm.
We're gonna find out some other
Boy
stuff
got a mean
about him.
girlfriend.
Yeah, he's
So
got a lot.
Mom and Aunt Barb have been on Now Pick, which is definitely not the same as Instagram, but it's also not Scoop Chatter. They're on
Now,
Now Pick.
but is Now Pick Scoop Chatter's competitor, or do you think it's
No,
sort of
it's
a
so you know how
like
Facebook
Instagram,
owns
Facebook?
Instagram? I think Scoop Chatter owns Now Pick.
I agree. Scoop.
Okay.
Let's write that down. Scoop Chatter owns.
And they see Mark in Paris eating a baguette with another woman, and they're like, "Well, that can only mean one thing."
No, but they like, but it was the way they said it. They were like, the mom was like, I just saw a picture. She sounded very Canadian too. I
Yeah.
just saw a picture of Tracy eating a baguette with,
And they're like,
or Mark eating a
"Mark, yeah."
baguette
And I
with
think they literally
clothes.
say that can only mean one thing.
Yes,
Okay.
they're sharing a
I've
room.
probably shared bread with a guy before, platonic bread.
But we were dying when they said that because she
So
was so
good.
vitriolic when she said it. It was so
They
like
were like,
eating a baguette. I was like, oh, in Christmasland. I told my husband, well, in Christmasland, good people don't eat baguettes.
No.
You eat candy canes, you eat muffins,
True.
you eat Christmas cookies. Baguettes are for Holiday Land. The
Yeah.
baguettes are for the Netflix crew.
Yeah. So they're all sitting here being like, "Well, Tracy doesn't know," even though Tracy's in the house, and guess what? She overhears. So she's
What?
like, "What don't I know?" She sees the picture and she's like, "Oh, I guess I should have told you yesterday that we did break up." And this woman works in his Paris office. She understands his spreadsheets. She's probably a better fit for him, and she's very, like, adult about it, so that's nice.
Yeah, she actually, and this is what, again, why we love Christmasland. There's no hard feelings in
No
Christmasland.
hard feelings.
And
She
this is
wishes Mark the
why,
best.
this is why Black best friends set up the
Mhm.
relationship with that little exposition at the start. You guys have known each other for a year, but you've really only seen each other for 3 months. It's easier for us to accept that Tracy can let this go maturely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's no hard feelings in Christmasland. Very few bad breakups. And if there's been a couple, we reviewed a couple movies with bad breakups,
Mhm.
but they're always resolved.
Yeah. All right. So Tracy talks to Sam, the British editor guy, and he wants a review of the Silver Peak Hotel by next week. She's like, "You've got it, sir." And then we find out she's talking to Graham. They're talking about their past, how she became a blogger, and she says that she was actually a busy businesswoman lawyer, and she left it to be a blogger, follow her dream. Good for her.
Okay, this is, excuse me, everybody, while I'm menopause over here. Um, I got my fan out. If you're just listening, I have my fan out. Um, uh, but this is the thing about the movie that was so strange to me. They kept piling on things to people.
Mhm.
I didn't think we didn't need the whole lawyer storyline. I thought it was going to come back like the baby. As a matter of fact, I told my husband, I was like, I bet she uses her law degree to save the B&B for, somehow. Like she uses it, but
Yeah.
this baby better be involved somehow,
Yeah.
or this is a fail. Like she better
Yeah.
use the law degree and the baby. But neither of those two things came back. I just felt like they were
They did.
layering stuff on that didn't need to be there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's her life, Kira. You
Okay,
can't
fine.
just,
Fine. You don't have to get angry about it. Jeez, Amelia.
it's just her life. She can't just rewrite her
Calm
actual
down.
real life for your
Holy
comfort.
cow. This episode of Journey to
Tracy is real.
Christmasland is very aggressive.
So she tries to explain to Graham that it is not winner takes all with the Silver Peak Hotel and the Silver Peak Bed and Breakfast. Um, they each offer their own thing. They can have their own little niche in the market and both be successful. For example, you could reinstate the Christmas dance.
For an example.
For an example. And he's like, holy cow, nobody ever thought of that. But go ahead. Okay.
Well, I just was like saying, I was just thinking like, I don't understand. How many rooms does the B&B have? Maybe 7 or 8, maybe?
Some.
Do they genuinely expect the town of Silver Peak to survive with one Airbnb? Like, they're so bitter about this hotel. I get it. But what happens to the town if it closes? Where do people stay otherwise?
I don't know. Also, it's not an Airbnb. Stop it.
It's too late.
So
It's too late.
so he's like, we can't put a dance together in a week. And she's like, no, weirdo. I meant for next year. He's like, no, we're going to do it this year. So she's in. She's going to help.
Great. We got a Christmas Eve deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it turns out they have a perfect venue right in the back. So I don't know why they haven't been doing it all these years.
I mean, and it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And he's also never thought of having it, like renting it out as event space. So that's another revenue stream she mentions to him. She is just nailing it. They
She
go
was
back into the
giving
shed
him a lot of
to
obvious.
find. They go back into the shed to check out the decorations they can use for the dance. She finds a fancy camera because he used to dabble in photography before the B&B took up all of his time.
So this is another tragedy for our handsome hero. His dad died, the place burned down, and then he had to leave his very fancy, accomplished life to come back, take care of his mom, and he had to give up his dreams. And I thought that, because in the beginning, you didn't talk about this, but in the first scene, when she gets to the Airbnb, she walks into the wrong room. she goes to the wrong room and it's his room. And she's looking at the photos on the wall and she says, "Oh, are these yours?" And he says, "Yes." And I thought at that moment, "Oh, this guy's got the soul of a photographer."
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. And so naturally his expensive camera is just holed up in the storage shed where they put the rest of their Christmas decorations they were looking you didn't say this, but they were looking for Christmas decorations, Amelia,
No, I said that so they could decorate for the dance.
but every Christmas decoration they own is in the house. Like,
That's
the
true.
house is decorated
It is
top
decorated.
to
Yeah,
bottom.
it is. It is.
They had a red fridge in that house.
They did, and I think a red, like, stovetop oven
Yes, it was
stove.
like the
Yeah.
whole like, they
The
probably just bring it
appliances
in
were
for
red.
Christmas. Yeah.
They were feeling Christmas. Now, speaking of feeling Christmas, these two have a moment about his photography dream, and she thinks he should still be trying it, blah, blah, blah. And they almost kiss, but then Annie calls, the black best friend. We love an almost kiss,
Yeah, Almost Kiss
an
is
interrupted
good,
kiss.
and it was a good one too. Yep, but interrupted by
It
the
was.
phone.
It was.
Black
And
best friends on the phone.
so she starts to tell Annie about Graham, and Annie is on, and then I couldn't decide if I wanted to call it Team Gracie or Team Tram. So I don't know if you have a thought about that.
Team Gracie or Team Tram?
Tram.
Explain.
Tracy and
Oh,
Graham.
Tracy, I don't know why
What is
I
their
heard
couple
Gracie. I'm like,
portmanteau?
"Oh, no, yeah,
Are they Gracie or Tram? I don't know.
I don't know."
But
I
Annie was
don't
on their team, whatever it is.
She was on their team, but that's the thing about Annie, she's the black best friend. She's
Yeah.
just on your team. She's just on the team.
Well, she wasn't on the team Gark.
Well, she was, but she was on team but she was but she's on team love. I think this is
That's
another
true.
reason why we get to see her with a baby because we know she's a
Mhm.
nurturer. Yeah.
So at dinner, they're all talking about about Lux Voyage magazine, and she still doesn't tell them that she's supposed to review the hotel. And they're like, "Well, would you have to take down your own site?" She says, "Well, probably, I guess." And they say, "Well, could you still do videos?" And she says, "Well, I think so, but it would be for them." And these are all questions that you need answers to, Tracy.
Yeah, if you're a writer, this all you need to like ask that ahead of time. You don't just
Mhm.
offer your work and that you need to know because especially as an independent,
Yeah.
writer and content creator, I'll say, yeah, you need to know if you can keep your own brand, if that's
Yeah.
your bread and butter. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tracy was
This
sort
is
of
big.
willy-nilly. That being said, Amelia, this is Christmasland, and normally you can depend on the other party honoring their agreement. It's just how
Mhm.
it is.
Unless they're a Robert Barron.
You do run into them from time to
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. So, where are we now? Montage, preparing for the party. I did like it. They're dancing, they're having fun, they're
Yep.
decorating the gazebo and not the gazebo, the patio and everything. Um, so she sits and has a talk with Graham again, which I feel like they could have had this talk while they were looking for decor, but whatever.
Yes.
We find out that he's given up on photography because his dad made him promise that he would take care of his mom. So he's like, I have to, his dad was like the handyman. So he's like, I
Mm.
have to take care of this house. I have to take care of my mom. I've got things to do.
His
And the
dad
aunt,
died. I don't know if you heard that.
I did. It was right after the fire, but right before his girlfriend left him, I think.
Yeah.
So she is really starting to like Graham, but they live too far away. She's talking to Annie. She doesn't know what to do. And Annie's like, listen, at least tell him how you feel. Like, who knows? Who knows? So we've got Graham and Annie and everyone decorating the tree together. Why did I call her Annie? Okay,
Oh,
Tracy.
Tracy?
Graham and
Mhm.
Tracy were decorating the tree together. And then after other, Aunt Barb and Tracy are gone, Mom is like, Graham, your aunt told me what she overheard. I did not know your dad made you promise that. And listen, your dad was the greatest, but he was wrong about that. You need to go live your own life.
I
So
thought
good
that
job,
was a
Mom.
really sweet moment, actually.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm a little more tender because I have a young adult son now. And you realize, like, oh, you raise them to be accountable and to have responsibility and to want to support your
Mhm.
family. But then you realize, oh, if you do too good a job, you can inspire a loyalty that can keep them gripped. And so
Yeah.
it's a balance. But I thought that was a really sweet scene. I felt that actress was really
Yeah.
I just loved that scene. It was very sweet.
Yeah. Next morning, Tracy and mom are bonding in the kitchen, and the mom tells Tracy that his last relationship ended badly, but he's been smiling again. So that's nice.
Mm.
Even though mom is, kind of spilling the tea a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah, but and everything's happier and people are more when you get it just you can tell when it's the right person because it lifts the spirits of everybody. And look at what they're doing there.
Hmm.
Renovating their event space and all because of this travel blogger slash vlogger.
Hmm. So there's a bough decorating party, so they can deck the halls with boughs of holly for the dance. And so, of course, the diner couple are there, and they are saying that Graham has really woken up since Tracy arrived. So that's really nice.
Can we talk about the diner couple
Yes,
for a
they're
hot
adorable.
second? Uh, we didn't talk about it in the beginning when the husband comes into the diner because the wife owns it or works there or whatever. He
Uh-huh.
comes in and then he tries to take that gingerbread milkshake and she's like, "Oh no, you can't because your
You're
cholesterol." The whole movie, anytime this guy is in frame, people are making fun of him. They're
They're
just
taking food
mocking.
away from him, and he's like, "I just want a s'more. I just want a
Yeah,
milkshake." And they're like, "No, your cholesterol."
he has the cholesterol or, "Oh, he's such a," like, I think his wife says a couple of times, like, "Oh, is that made for children?" "Oh, yeah, my husband will love that." Like,
Yeah,
they're always giving him a hard time,
they are.
but they're cute.
They're a cute couple. Um, so later that evening, Tracy is hanging out on the bed in pants that button and a belt.
On the bed.
I mean,
No,
have you ever lounged in pants that button and a belt? I was offended.
no,
It's the least
if
realistic
I'm
thing I've
loung
ever seen.
if I'm lounging on a bed, like, my bra is on the floor, like,
Yeah.
I will get completely changed into bedtime wear just to lounge on the bed in the middle of the day.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was horrified. I was horrified.
Like,
So I
she
wasn't
had a
even
belt
sad.
on.
I wasn't even sad when British Sam called and interrupted her because she couldn't have been comfortable and was like, "Why do you keep posting about this bed and breakfast?" She's posting like selfies of all and like, pictures of all of them decorating. And he's like, "I sent you there to review the hotel. The magazine is paying for a room that you are not using, and you're posting pictures nonstop of the B&B." And honestly, he kind of has a point here.
Right, yeah, like, "We booked the room, why aren't you over there?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I also am interested also in the idea that he's so interested in her. I'm a writer. I've never been contacted from the president of a company or like anybody. It's like, "Oh, if you don't meet your deadline, then you're just fired or you don't get paid." Or like
Yeah.
he was very attentive and frankly he gave her a lot of attention. I think she should have been
Yeah.
doing the
Yeah.
job.
And she says, like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't know that there was like a deadline here." But she did know. He told her he needed it in 1 week. So
Right.
I'm a little confused about that one. But
Again,
it's Christmasland.
questions that you should have asked before you took the job.
Mhm. Mhm. Um, but she's like, "Yeah, I keep posting about the B&B, but like I think it's pretty generous to call them the competition for the hotel." And Graham hears that.
Though
And it really wasn't a very nice thing to say.
we had this situation in, in our first episode of the season, which was the Funny, Smart, and Surprisingly Funky, and so, yeah,
Yeah.
the nanny, our protagonist, she overhears a partial
Yeah.
conversation that feels insulting to her,
Yeah. I mean, this
um
is a little insulting though. Like she said what she said.
well, she said, "I thought it made sense," right? It's true.
Right.
They're not in competition.
I know, but I mean, Graham heard what she said. Just what she
Right.
said.
To
To
me,
say that's generous to call them competition, I think was a little mean.
I well, okay. Well, we know the context of the situation, right? We
We
know the
do.
context of the conversation and what so I guess maybe I it skewed how I looked at it. Or
Yeah.
perhaps it was a little me. And
I mean,
Graham, of course,
maybe I'm
naturally
being too
did.
nice because I love a Jen Lilly movie and Graham got hotter.
Graham got hotter. And then, fair enough. Fair enough. We move on.
Um, So she's like, I guess I should go to the hotel, which I mean, yeah, you kind of should. So
Yeah,
she
you
goes to
got a
the
room there.
hotel, and it, of course, is just not cozy. It is like chrome, sleek. It's just not cozy. She even like she calls to get a to get a blanket, and they just like throw it on the floor outside of her outside of her room, which gross.
Gross,
Gross.
and yeah, I was like, is this a luxury hotel? And my husband is a busy businessman,
Mhm.
and I travel with him a lot, and so we do stay in sort of the upper crust hotels.
Yeah.
I have never had
No.
housekeeping drop a blanket on the floor, but and
No.
not at a 5-star or a 4-star or whatever this one was supposed to
I don't
be.
even think at, like, a weird motel they would that's just a weird thing to do. Here's your
It's a weird thing
blanket.
to they were working hard to make sure we understood that this
Yeah,
place was not homey,
yeah. Also, the people who helped her with her luggage wanted a tip.
and they just stood there and
They
stared
stood
at her
there
like
like,
psychos.
"They did? Where's my money?"
She's like, "Oh,"
So,
and they didn't do anything, and why was there 2 of them? She
she
gave
has one
both
tiny
them money.
carry-on size bag, and 2 of them had to carry it up. But then when it's time for the blanket, they just throw it at her door. I don't know what's going on at the Silver Peak Hotel.
No, this is the Parkview.
So oh, yeah, Parkview Hotel. So the mom now back at the B&B is trying to figure out like what is going on with this whole Tracy Graham situation. And she's like, I think you're pushing her away because you don't want to get hurt.
Mm.
Um, and also, I don't think that you belong in Silver Peak anymore. You need to go live your life and also go get the girl.
Right, you probably need to go, and also you need what we're meant to see here is that he also wants to explore. We didn't talk about the map she
Oh,
found
yeah,
in
he's
that
been wanting
yet.
to travel and take pictures of things, but he never got to because I don't know if you know, but his dad died shortly after the fire, shortly
Really?
before the girlfriend left him. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. That's a lie. I didn't know. Well,
it's
I'll
a lot.
send a card. Yeah, well, they that's the part we need to remember here also is that he has put aside his travel aspirations. He wants to go out there and experience the world as well. And
Yeah,
yeah, so she tells go get all the stuff. And by the way, they're in Vermont.
they're in
She's in
Vermont.
Manhattan. Like
Yeah.
it's not that crazy of a distance to traverse to
Mm.
see each other.
It's not.
But maybe in Christmasland it
I
is.
mean, Christmasland it is. I don't know. Also in Christmasland, the Christmas dance is in full swing. It is the 23rd.
They
All
did
right.
it. They did
Now
it.
we
They
have
were
another.
decorating. They had a montage. They
Yep.
did it.
And now we have some more trouble with people only getting partial information because we've got the aunt and mom who are reading the Tracy's review of the Parkview Hotel, and they only read the beginning where she's like, "It is sleek, it is modern, has all the amenities. I was scared to even throw my socks on the floor." And the diner friends do the same thing. They're like, "Graham, the review is live. We only read the beginning. We couldn't read past it." And he's like, "Oh my," and so they're all like, "Oh my gosh, this is terrible." They
This
only
part, Amelia, you know that I was screaming at this part
Mhm.
because I we have worked in the same industry as our day jobs forever, and
Yeah.
but I have been a writer forever, and this is like my pet peeve working in the news and journalism industry is how many people read the first paragraph or just a headline. We're
Just the
basically a
headline, yeah.
nation of headline readers now and don't get the rest of the story, and the story is vastly different from the
Yes,
headline, and so that makes up about 90% of our news consumption these
it does.
days is people who just read headlines.
It
So
does.
I was like, "What?
I
These
know.
people, they they're
I
acting like
know.
modern day Americans. They're just
But
reading."
but Sam did read the whole thing, and Tracy's outside getting yelled at because he's like, pardon me, but I wanted a positive review. The same company that owns these hotels owns my magazine. We needed a positive review." And she's like, "Wow, I'm not here to lie for you, sir. I don't even want your job. Good day."
again, another conversation that really should, but that one's on him, right? If you have an expectation of your writer to get a certain angle, you
Yeah.
didn't even disclose that. Also, it's very dangerous. I don't know the law in Christmasland, but I know as a writer myself, you could be held accountable for what
Yeah.
you write. And if you don't know that,
You
and
don't disclose
if
the
you're
financial.
getting
Yeah.
paid to be right, yeah, it's just that
Yeah.
was real messy. That was a real misstep.
Yeah. So she quits. Graham overhears. And here's a good thing about Graham, he's an article reader. He read the whole thing and found that it was like, yeah, it's got all the amenities, it's got a jacuzzi tub, but this place isn't cozy at all. If you want someplace that feels like home, you have to go to the B&B because that's where you find love and warmth and the Christmas spirit. So he's like,
And
thank you so
a-
much.
and um this is how we know that ladies, this is how you know that a man loves you. He reads all of your words.
Mhm.
He reads to the bottom.
Mhm. So they go inside and dance. He says that he's getting the B&B, like a new website all set up so that he can leave because he wants to go travel with her and take pictures. Again, I had some questions about where everybody's sleeping.
I had Boku questions. Now you're not just traveling to one or two locations, you're going to travel the world
Just gonna
together.
travel
Is
the
there a
world together.
wedding before this is happening?
Yeah. And then he takes her like off to the side before in front of this giant like centerpiece of a sign and kisses her. And then they pull back. Literally everyone is just standing there facing them watching and applauding the kiss. And that
I,
was the end. And I just feel like that would be really unromantic if some guy kissed me, especially for the first time. And
people
everybody was
clap.
just like,
I didn't even know everyone was so invested in
I
their
know.
relationship. I knew Mom and Barb were, but I didn't know the
Well,
whole town was.
they're all like, Graham's life has been nothing but horror. So kind of
Right.
good for
No, they're
him.
finally he got hotter. He deserved he's been hotter. He deserves a significant other. My husband was like, this is my nightmare. Like
I know. I know.
applauding while you kiss your significant
And like, why did he? And he pulled her over there. I thought he was trying to like pull her off the dance floor so they could have a private moment. But he was like, actually, everyone is gathered over here staring at this sign. So if we stand in front of the sign, what if we kissed in front of the fully lit
Yeah, but
sign?
that's how you know that they're meant to be together because he's already planning the content. That was content. He knew she was going to put that up on Scoop Chatter. And
On
that's a
Pick
viral moment,
Now.
babe. That's a viral moment. So
And
they
that was,
are really meant to be together. Graham gets it. They're going to have a great business relationship as well as
yes.
romantic relationship in which they will definitely be sharing separate beds until the wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it.
Different yurts, different tents, wherever they are.
It'll be pricey, but you got to do what you got to do.
I mean, that's what ad dollars are for.
That's what ad dollars are for. That's what sponsors are for. Sponsored by the Parkview.
Sponsored by the Parkview. So that was I loved it. I felt the welcome home vibes. Um, we had some good tropes. I really liked it.
This was not one of my favorites. I thought it moved a little too slowly and there were too many conversations. Now, here is my only criticism is that I feel like in these Christmasland movies, when you have character development, which is the stories, right? That's when you find out my dad died, plus things burned down, and my girlfriend broke up with me. You should be doing things. I don't think there should be just talky talk
Hmm.
scenes. I really think you should be decorating something. You should be helping some children. You should be building a snowman. I didn't have enough of that in this movie.
Okay.
That being said, it was
Mm.
very warm. Again, it really was what it purported to be, which is this contrast of corporate versus just a warm, and maybe that's even a larger metaphor for what the Christmasland movie universe has become,
Mhm.
where there are certain
Mm.
entities that have become very corporatized and they've lost a little bit of the hominess. And then there are other smaller, cozier entities who will offer you that cozy vibe. Both have a place,
Mhm.
but only one is home.
Wow. That was deep.
Was that deep?
That was beautiful.
Put
I
that
a little
in a
tear.
Christmasland movie. All right, well, let's go down some tropes. This is part of the podcast where we talk about the tropes that we visited. We won't go through all of them, but we'll just run down a few, see if we got them. Were there any precocious children?
The mystery baby,
The baby. It did, like,
who
make
apparently
noise.
has her own life.
That baby's probably got her own vlog.
Yeah.
So we no precocious children. Anyone falling off a ladder into someone's arm.
I don't think so.
There was one moment, Amelia, when they were in the shed, the storage
Mhm.
shed, and she
She
kinda
coulda fallen.
tripped.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like there's no excuse for that. Get a stepladder, put Jen Lilly on the stepladder, and let her trip. You
Mhm.
know, there's no excuse for just a plain old like, "Ooh, I tripped over my 2 left feet." Come on, let's
Mhm.
do it. Can do it. All right, tree decorating,
Yeah. Mhm. We
Christmas
had a
tree.
couple because we had the tree back in New York, we had the tree in Silver Falls, they both had to be decorated. Silver Peak, why do I keep calling it Silver Falls? I don't know.
I don't know. Why do I keep calling it an Airbnb? Airbnb
That's
Mary. I don't
Airbnb
know.
in Silver Falls.
Sorry. All right. Yeah. So there was Christmas tree decorating, but I really think if we ever come across a movie that doesn't have that, I think that's
Mhm.
getting an automatic thumbs down. I think that is one we don't talk about this much, but there are some things that you have to have in a
Yeah.
Christmasland movie, or it's not Christmasland, and I think that's one.
Yeah. And they
You
did
need
cookie
18
decorating too, which is a good one.
They did cookie decorating, good. But no, like, baking. I like when they
Mm.
get to throw stuff at each other, or have a
Yeah.
little flower fight or stuff.
Yeah. Or
But they
like you've
did
got a
have
little icing on your face, kind of a thing.
Christmas Eve deadline.
So we had the Christmas dance, but it was technically on the 23rd. I don't know what day her blog post was due. They never said it was Christmas Eve. So
Probably
no, I
Christmas
guess,
Day.
but Christmas Eve.
Yeah, yeah, I think it counts as
I
it's
think it
because
counts.
it was something that had to be done quickly, has to be done by Christmas, so I
Yeah.
think that counts. Alright, Black Best Friend,
Check.
Annie. Holler, holla at Annie. Good no, it was
I'm
really
really
good to see
proud
you.
of Annie for having interests of her own though. That's rare.
Are you? I know, and I wondered when my husband and I were talking about this baby, because I just was like, "Why is this baby here? It's gotta do something or it's useless." But afterwards, I said, "Well, I think it's there because one of the common tropes in Christmasland is you have this best friend who's completely invested in your love life, and they have nothing going on at all."
Yeah.
So you're right. I feel like that was there to say, "Hey, this is why Annie can be invested in her friend's relationship because she's all good. She's fine."
Yeah. And she's got this, like, she can recognize a healthy love story because she's living it.
What honestly, it might not even be a baby in that stroller. It could be a dog. I live in Southern California, and a lot of people have dog strollers here.
I'm just looking over here at my 70-pound dog snoring, and if I tried to take her for a walk on a stroller, she would be like, "I need to
Oh,
walk,
girl,
ma'am."
you have no idea how many times I'm out for my daily walk and I see a woman coming towards me pushing a stroller, and my immediate response is to be like, "Oh, there's a baby in there. I can't wait to,
Nope.
like, make eyes when I walk by," and it's a dog.
It's a 500-year-old fancy dog.
It's a 500-year-old little rat dog that
Yep.
can't what you ladies, just I know this is a tangent, but let me just say this out loud. Your dog literally has twice as many legs as you do. It can walk. Let it walk. I don't know if Annie has a dog in that stroller, but I wouldn't know because we never saw. But kudos to the black best friend.
Good job.
Any other tropes you wanna
Um,
no snowman, no snowball fights, no snowman?
no.
Yeah.
No, not
Alright,
a
well
lot of outdoor in general. I think this was early Great American. The budgets were
yeah.
limited.
True, yeah, sets were more limited, they were starting out I think Great
Yep.
American has done a great job with their film
Yeah.
schedule on a limited budget. I think they're, maybe getting a little more momentum now. They've made some
Yeah.
deals with PureFlix and stuff like that. But
We're in year 5 now of Great American. They are
early
cranking it out.
on to produce or, a Christmas season of movies, that's dozens of movies, that's
Mhm.
hard. So they
Yeah.
did that, yeah. All right, that's our tropes. Okay, so tropes are done. Well, let's give out some awards, Amelia.
Let's
You
do
ready?
it.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
So this is the segment where we give out awards for some of our favorite performances in the film. And our first award will be the Robert A. Barron Villain Award. The
Mhm.
Robert A. Barron Award for Villainry. This is the award we give to the most dastardly, most villainous person, character that this Christmasland movie can offer us. Who did you pick?
Sam. Although, like the original Robert A. Barron, a lot of what he said was perfectly reasonable. It was not reasonable not to disclose the financial entanglement, but, like, "Hey, you need to use the room we're paying for and write your article."
Right? You should work.
That was
It
fair.
actually bothers me if you're not working when we're
Mhm.
paying you. But
Right.
yeah, I agree. Okay, well, my villain award, I went a little different direction with it.
Okay.
My Robert A. Villain award goes to the diner wife, the wife in the couple, because
Okay,
she
that's fair.
never stopped insulting her
That's
husband
true, that's
from
true.
the beginning. Every time he was in her presence, she insulted him. Of course, it was Christmaslandy insults, but it was about his cholesterol, or she was calling him a child, or she was saying he eats too much or talks too much, or he
Yeah,
just was the butt of all of her jokes. I think she's the real villain.
that's fair. I accept
Okay.
that.
All right. All right. Well, let's move on to the Christmas Ham Award. The Christmas Ham Award, this is the award we give out to the most over the top performance, a performance by somebody, an actor who just gave it their all, no reservations. Amelia, who did you have for your Christmas Ham?
This one was a little bit harder for me. I think the mom. I felt like she really brought it in a couple scenes, like, just some of the, like, quieter moments where she was talking to them and, um, kind of redirecting them onto the right path, being a little motherly. I thought she
Mhm.
did a really nice job.
All right, fair. She did too. And her and Barb actually had a couple of cute
Yeah.
little moments. Um, I think I'm giving my Christmas Ham Award to the baby.
Oh,
I think that baby was a scene stealer, had no
yeah.
reason to be any scene, and a couple times it interrupted a conversation,
Mhm.
or maybe so I felt like that baby was doing the very most that a
Yeah,
baby could do in a Christmasland movie, so I'm giving it to
that's
the
true.
baby.
Okay.
All
I
right. Our last and final award is we saved the best for last. This is the Christmas tree topper. This is the award we give out to for the best performance. This is the Oscars, if you will, of Christmasland. Amelia Hamilton, tell us, who did you pick for your Christmas tree topper?
This is so hard because I really liked Jen Lilly and Jessie Hutch in this. She is beautiful and wonderful and always does a great job. We always love her movies. Same with him, but he also got hotter since they originally filmed it, which I think takes a lot of skill. So
Mhm.
I guess it goes to him. I guess it goes to
Yeah.
Graham.
Yeah, I think
But
I
it was
have to.
close. It was close.
It was close, but I think I have to agree, and the fact that he got hotter on the
Mhm.
second rewatch, I wasn't sure, Amelia, when I started this podcast, I really was on the fence, but you convinced me with your argument that Graham had actually gotten hotter. I
Yeah.
think you're right,
Yeah.
and if I think about it, I think he got hotter even from the beginning of the movie
I
to the
think he
last
did
scene.
too. I think
Yeah.
he did too. At one point, he showed up in a Henley, and that's when you really know in Christmasland, like, this is the man for her.
Yes. Yes. I agree. Oh, I did wanna ask you though, there was one, well, several scenes where he's taking her places and he's got a truck, everyone. He's driving a pickup truck. I asked my husband last night, I don't think I have ever seen a protagonist in a Christmas movie who wasn't driving a truck, if he had a vehicle. If he has a vehicle, it's a
Mhm.
truck. And I was trying to think if I have ever seen a romantic male lead who had a
A
vehicle,
good
because
point.
sometimes they're in the
Yeah.
city,
Sometimes you
but
don't
who
know.
owned his own vehicle,
But
who
yeah. Well, because they're, like, hauling the Christmas trees, and they're working on the farm, and they are, hauling the pumpkins or the apples or whatever in the fall ones. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they always wear a Henley and drive a truck.
yeah, I think so. So, and out there, if you ever, listeners and viewers out there, if you ever run across a male romantic lead who doesn't drive a truck, let us know. I don't think
Yeah.
there is one.
Yeah.
Well, I think Graham gets my Christmas tree topper award as well. So, congratulations, sir, on a great performance and for being hotter. That is a
Yeah.
truly
Yeah.
um,
We're really proud of
rare
you.
and unique, yeah, unique accomplishment, and one that I think you should be recognized for, sir. So,
Yeah.
good job.
Good job being
Uh,
hotter.
All right, Amelia. Well, do you have any thoughts to add to this before we close out?
No, I thoroughly enjoyed this. I like this one a lot.
A little slower for me. Again, I think you're right. It was like earlier, Great American. The only reason I say that is just because I do like a little more action. I like a few more scenes, add some more tropes in there, fall off some ladders, get some fake snowballs going, or do a scene where you got to bring in some kids and decorate some gingerbread houses. That being said, we get it. We know what they're working with. And Great American is a favorite of ours because, as you say, Amelia, it does feel like coming home.
Feels like home.
and always oh, well, I didn't say this either, but at the dance, they were dancing and they were dancing to a Christmas hymn, you
Mhm.
know? I love that in Great American as well, that they play actual Christmas music, actual
Yes.
hymns.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Well, set us up for what comes next, Amelia, and I think people need to be prepared.
Yes. Next up is, Three Wiser Men and a Baby.
Uh-huh.
I am excited. We loved Three Wise Men and a Baby, aside from the scandalous towel situation.
Yeah, I just want and this is why I say I want everyone to have enough time, Amelia, to prepare themselves mentally for what could
Mhm.
come in that movie. We
Yeah.
were not prepared for the opening scene of Three Wise Men and a Baby, who he was just in a towel in the shower,
Yeah. And
and
it was a huge towel. Like, we're not trying to
right, but
suggest, but
it
I
was
mean, you could see Andrew Walker's chest. Not No shade to Andrew Walker, lovely chest, but that's like, we're not married.
this is it no, it's not
No.
Netflix. It made me wonder if he shares a hotel room with his female companions when he travels.
I
I'd
think
actually
actually
think
wasn't
about
he the
that.
father of the baby? So, I mean, something's going on. I can't remember. I
No,
think
no, 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 oh my god, no.
no, I'm gonna
They
have to
made
rewatch both of them.
Yes, Amelia, they made it a big deal that we would know that this baby does not belong to any of these men. They made sure we knew that. I remember that.
Oh, that's right, but he's the fireman, and so
It's
she
just
trusted him.
somebody
Okay.
that she liked, but they were very
Yes,
clear.
this is all coming back to me now.
They made sure No, they weren't gonna give us a bare chest and a single,
A single dad.
one night stand dad in one movie. No, no. But so just be prepared, everybody. You don't know what's coming at you with this movie. Don't watch it with the kids. Don't watch
You
it
might
with
see a
the kids.
chest.
You might see a bare chest, you
So
might see a belly
you might
button.
wanna rewatch both. Watch Three Wise Men and a Baby, Three Wiser
I
Men
think
and
I'll
a
do that.
Baby.
I think I'll do that. We loved that one. I'm actually
Yeah.
really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, and tell everybody where they can find us online.
You can find us at Journey to Christmasland on Facebook and JTChristmasland on X and Instagram.
Fabulous, fabulous, and drop your picks for our awards in the comments. Tell us, who
Mhm.
did you think was the villain of the movie? Who did you think was a Christmas ham? And who had the best performance? We wanna know what you think, or did you disagree with us? And what is in Annie's stroller? If you can answer that, give us a creative answer. We'll send a prize to the most creative answer. I don't know what it'll be, but I'll send you something. Maybe I'll send
I
you
was
this
like, we have
old
time.
Canadian flower.
Canadian flower. You're
So
my Canadian flower, Kira.
Aw, thanks, Amelia. Well, you're my American flag. How about that?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Well, Amelia, I think we need to go. But until we meet again, I wish you days filled with, let's see, days filled with wonderful, cozy, and warm B&Bs where they put the extra blankets on your bed and
Mm,
not on the floor.
that is cozy. I wish you a night around a bonfire with peppermint marshmallow s'mores
Beautiful.
and
Thank
nobody yelling
you.
at you about it with your cholesterol.
I love Thank you. Perfect. Merry Christmas,
Merry
Amelia.
Christmas.